Mute. There we go. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Guilders. Welcome in to Exploits of the Golden Shadows, Episode 7. Mind Games or Brain Drain, a group resource name for the episode. Thank you so much for helping me come up with that title. And thank you so much for the hype train that's going on. Let me just, before we even get started, let me say thank you, Gold Moon, for the resubscription, Domino for the resubscription, Raichkyu for the 100 biddies, Gold Moon for the 5 biddies, Mist for the 50, Gold Moon for the 5 biddies, Mist for the 33 biddies, and Gold Moon for the 5 biddies. Thank you so much. All that support goes to funding the magic that you're seeing right now that's coming through the Twitch channel to your ears, eyes, and brain. So thank you so much, everybody. I super appreciate it. But yes, welcome in. Let's go get started. But before we do, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. I'll just go first very briefly. I'm Timbo the Wizard. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm your humble dungeon master. I do variety streams here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting at 2 p.m. EST. But that's enough about me. Let's pivot on over to Cera, aka Domino, or vice versa, if you will.
Hi, I'm Domino RBG. I play Cera. My pronouns are he, they, and you can catch me at twitch.tv/Domino RBG.
Beautiful. Excellent. Next, Mystrich.
My name is Mystrich. I go by he, him. I am playing Brennard the Artificer. I also stream on my own channel, twitch.tv/Mystrich. Check me out there.
Fantastic. Next, Ellida, or Raichkyu.
Same, one and the same. Really quick, I just want to make sure, is there sound coming out? Because on my screen, it's showing playing, but also just the starting soon screen.
I've got audio.
Yeah, and we should be on the Golden Shadow screen, yeah.
Weird. I'm gonna refresh mine. Anyway, hi, I'm Raichkyu. My pronouns are she, her. I play Ellida. Yep, I just refreshed and it was fine. Ignore me. I really wrecked that intro, but
no, you're good. Thanks for checking. I appreciate it. Go on.
Twitch.tv/Raichkyu. If you want more chaos like that, come visit me, I guess. Bye.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Galaxy.
Hi, I'm Galaxy. You can oh my god, I just forgot everything. I'm playing Melu Good Song. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me primarily on YouTube at Just Galaxy, or you can find me on TikTok making all kinds of inflammatory D&D content at Galaxiebot on TikTok.
Perfect. Amazing. All right. Welcome in, everybody. I'm so glad y'all are here for episode 7. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. So for a point of inspiration, who would like to recap what happened in the last session?
Wow, don't everybody volunteer at once.
I just panicked really quick.
There was so much last week that I'm like trying to
little things.
Figure out if I can cover everything right.
We may need to do it in pieces. Can we do it in portions?
I mean, attempts are allowed. I
can make an attempt. So we started out by speaking with Zed and explaining everything that happened with our series of missions involving the dragon idols, leaving out the information about Ptolemy for some reason, and then after that, after mildly confusing Zed, we went off in a few separate directions to do a few different things. Ellida went and was going to go to the market, and I don't remember what else Ellida was doing, but she wound up at like a street fair getting chased around by Brother Bobby and some other people from the cults. And then meanwhile, oh god, I'm forgetting everyone's name. This is not me. Brennard and Cera went to the casino to see where they had gotten the dragon shard from, and got the person's name, and found out that they were at the college, the university, which is where Melu had already headed to go to the library to do some research about a myriad of things, primarily about Balinor, and then also the cults that Brother Bobby was once in, to try and see if I could find any kind of connections between that cult and the dragon prophecy we learned about from Ptolemy. Eventually, we all met back up at the university in the library, and Melu promptly convinced Cera to help them sneak into the restricted section. Ellida did go to the market and got the stuff from the market that she was supposed to get before heading. Her and Brennard headed to talk to the professor that had sold the dragon idol to the casino, and he was very shifty and strange, and there was a lot of lying in that situation about being students at the school. But the shifty professor guy explained that he got it from somewhere and basically just wanted to offload it. I don't remember exactly what happened there. And then meanwhile, Cera and Melu were in the restricted section and had just walked in to a room with a mind flayer in a tank named Francis. To ask Francis questions about some of the things that we were asking questions about and trying to research on. And I think that's where the session ended, roughly.
Yeah, perfect. Did anybody have anything, any other addendums or anything else they wanted to add to that?
One thing
Yes.
I forget, and maybe I also missed it there because head empty, Brennard brain. How did you guys find Francis again?
We
Talk to
talked
someone.
to a stoned mage.
And he was just like, go to this dude.
Well, yeah, we were talking to another student, Cera, who has enrolled in college under a false name. Was talking to another student, and she was like, "Hey, I'm not getting anywhere with this research," and he goes, "Why don't you just talk to Francis?"
Okay.
Also, let us not forget that in her encounter with Brother Bobby, Ellida was given a sending stone, and
Yes.
he gave some ominous words about a lady named Viola, and Ellida went to go visit Zed to see if possibly see if Zed could help with finding any memories about Viola.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right, excellent. Yes, I'm gonna say Melu, definitely go ahead and get experience for or inspiration for that.
Cool.
Yeah, I think perfect. All right, great. So let's go ahead and dive. Let's just go ahead and dive feet first into this pool, shall we? So we find ourselves in a very kind of a very small chamber, most of which is taken up by a large glass tank that just is basically encompasses 90 or 75, if not 90% of the room. The lighting in here is a little bit funny and murky, as like there was seemingly like glowing corals inside of the tank that are causing the illumination. At a table where there's a bright piece of coral glowing. And as your eyes kind of like focus on them through the murk, you make out the shape of their head kind of elongated out the back of their skull, like in a somewhat alien fashion, definitely not humanoid. And as your eyes progress on their face, you see that their face doesn't end where it normally would, and instead becomes long tentacles that droop out from its face. And it appears to be like poring over a manuscript, reading something.
Melu is gonna lean over to Cera and be like, "Do you think that's Francis?"
I would hope so.
I mean, it's gotta be, right?
What the hell is a mind flayer doing in this university?
What's a mind flayer?
It's a creature that can read and rend your thoughts.
Oh, that sounds unpleasant.
It's extremely unpleasant.
Good to know.
Stay on guard.
Got it. They'll like straighten up a little bit.
Cera clears her throat, just kind of like, walks into the room some more. Excuse me.
The creature will look up from the desk, and it will lock eyes with you out through the glass, through the panel, and you'll see like a intelligent eyes peering at you with a piercing stare. One that you see like obvious, like clear, great intelligence behind. And sorry, give me just 1 second. Sorry about that. So the creature will look out at you two, and will attempt to speak into your heads. Cera, I don't believe this works on you though.
No, it does not.
Okay. So Melu
She does not allow it.
So Melu then hears in almost, I would say, a Kelsey Grammer-esque voice. You would hear him say, you must be a new student. I don't recognize you. What can I do for you?
Melu's just gonna say yes. We had a few questions for you.
Well, if this is the first time that I'm seeing you, you must be awfully new. You must just have graduated from your lower courses.
Yes, that
Cera
is
clears her
correct.
throat.
Go ahead and roll me a deception roll, Melu.
Oh yeah, shoot. Oh good, yeah. 7. A whole 7.
I was going to say Cera was going to clear her throat to try and get Francis's attention.
On the clearing of your throat, Cera, Francis looks your way. And what do you do?
She just kind of waves and she goes, "Hey, yeah, this is going to be extremely awkward, but do you mind like actually speaking? I've got this whole thing going on and nothing up here. Nothing at all."
Make me a deception roll.
Okay.
Truth.
My character sheet show. There it is.
7.
Oh good.
We love to see it.
We're doing amazing so far.
The Francis will look back at you, Melu, and it will go, thinking towards you, it'll go, your friend is an odd one. I can't seem to penetrate their thoughts with my speech, but no matter. If you're here, then I'm sure you can speak for the two of you. What is it that you want?
Melu's gonna kind of look at Cera and be like, he wants me to speak for both of us. They'd like me to speak for both of us. What? Okay, above table. What were we asking Francis again? I know Cera had something different than me.
Yes, so we were going to ask about the Order of the Mark. We're going to ask about relationships between dragon marks, like if they can possibly be linked. And then we're also going to ask about that ancient drow hunter.
Okay. Yeah, I remember the drow.
Person. Not Drist.
Not Drist. Okay.
And were those it? I think those were it.
Okay, cool. Melu will kind of tell Cera that and then turn back to Francis and say, so we are trying to find information on the Order of the Marked, and see if we can link them to some things that have been happening recently. That's it. That's all they'll say. They're thinking other things in their head, probably, though. You probably, unfortunately, hear all of that.
I'm gonna say that you don't get the sense that the Mind Flayer is probing deeper into your thoughts just yet.
Okay, lovely.
Sorry, what was the specific thing that you were asking for again?
So they were trying to ask about the Order of the Marked, and if they had any information about them, because we're trying to link them to some events that are going on that we've been experiencing.
Because also all this is under the guise of Cera working on a thesis paper about the Draconic prophecy.
Yes. Which Melu would have included, probably.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll a persuasion check?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that in this moment, no. But we'll get there. Francis will stare at you, Melu, and will say, if this is your first time here, then you wouldn't have been issued one of these yet. And he'll stand up from his little work table and wander over to a cabinet or a display case almost, and he'll open it up and grab a small little ornate shell, no bigger than a few fingers in size, and he will move up to the glass, and upon getting closer, it's a little intimidating. This creature is at least 7 feet tall, and the tentacles are quite long on this creature. He looks pretty powerfully built as well. He's wearing only basic robes, but he seems pretty strong, and he you see it move up to the glass edge and to the edge of the tank, and it throws this small shell to you into your hands, Melu. And looking at it, it's just a little Technicolor shell.
They'll go, oh, thank you.
And Francis will go back to sitting down, and they will say, rest that shell by your bedside table when you sleep, and the due will be paid.
Oh.
Excuse me?
What are you gonna do to me?
Cera looks alarmed at that.
Did Cera hear any of that, though?
No, you just said, what are you going to do to me? So Sarah's like, what?
Oh, okay. No, they're legitimately looking at Francis and trying to ask, what the do is.
He'll look at you again, and he'll say, it is the payment for knowledge. I must eat. Luckily, this doesn't harm you in the slightest. I've decided to go no mercy, and he'll kind of look at you again.
That no mercy?
Sorry, not no mercy. No. What's the word that I'm looking for? Pacifism, I guess. Pacifist.
Vegetarian?
We're going vegan.
That would be equivalent.
All right. But you're not going to take my memories, are you?
Not your memories. The simple byproduct of your sleep is enough to sustain me, although it is not as filling.
All right.
What's going on?
I'll look back at Cera and say, apparently, the way this works is that he will get to eat like a night's worth of sleep, and we'll get the answers that we were looking for. Maybe.
Maybe.
It feels like
I should. Do you think that I could have that then?
the shell.
Yes.
I mean, if you would like it.
I mean, I am the student here.
You are. That's a good point, actually. And I'll hand her the shell.
Cera takes that. Well, I'll continue along with the transaction then.
Hey, I'll look back at Francis and say, "Is that sufficient?"
Yes, I think that would be sufficient, although dependent on the amount of information required, you might find the toll to be longer than a day. It depends on what you seek.
That makes sense. Well,
Market value, as it were.
yes. So, well, the first thing is that we're trying to find out more about the Order of the Marked. I'm sorry, my brain is not with it today. Sarah, what was the rest of the part with the Order of the Marked?
We are looking for information on the Order of the Marked. Wow, apparently my brain is also not working. In relation to recent happenings.
Yeah. Okay.
So we know that they are apparently a more recently formed group. But we're looking for maybe like an origin or a lead so that we can gain more information about them.
Okay, yeah, I will relay all of that information to them. And then also add on the thing about how Sarah is doing a thesis on the dragon prophecy, which is why we're trying to find out a little bit more about the Order of the Marked.
Draconic prophecy information is usually at a bit of a higher tier, I would say, but for this information, I would require only perhaps a week's sleep.
Melu will look at Sarah and say, "A week's sleep?"
They're just fine.
Melu will look back at Francis and say, "She said that's fine."
Okay. Francis will nod, and he will move over to his to like a small, almost like a small circle on the ground. And he will sit down into like a cross-legged position, and close his eyes. As he does so, his tentacles on his face kind of begin to wreath around his body a little bit and up around his head, almost as if they're kind of forming in a semi-intricate pattern from like the twisting of the tentacles and the shapes that it's creating. And there is like a few minutes that passes as the tentacles are kind of wavering slightly in this position before Francis opens his eyes and he says, "The Cult of the Mark is a new inception. They are a recent creation, following a new individual. I don't have any information on that man, but it seems like the majority of their ranks came from the Order of the Perfect Day. They were a cult, that would, under the guise of helping people, would go and cause mischief and mayhem and ruin upon towns, and then step in and save them, as it were. as if under the dominion of God. However, it was them acting in the shadows to manipulate the scenes. When their holy person, if you will, fled from them on the day of the mourning, there was a schism that occurred, and a large portion of them became disaffected by the cult and their current leader, and that's how they found their new leader of their cult, and that's also when they changed their name.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. I will relay all of that to Cera.
Yeah.
Did you have
Cera
any
kind of like.
questions about that?
So what?
I said, did you have any questions about that?
I mean, not really. Most of it's information that I already had, but it's good to know that
Yeah.
they officially. There's a week of sleep over this. Well, if that's the case, and he doesn't know who the leader is, there's only so much research we can do about them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do we want to still ask about the relationship with the dragon marks?
I was actually just about to suggest that. Yes.
Melu will turn back to Francis and say, so the next thing we wanted to ask about was the relationship between the dragon marks and any information about people with dragon marks being able to like sense each other, or their dragon marks like kind of vibing together. I don't know.
Oh, you young whippersnappers in your new lingo. Vibing.
There's a lack of a better word, I'm sorry.
I think Francis. Let me think for a moment. I think Francis would say, unfortunately, this is information that I don't have access to. They're fairly careful about what information that they feed me from the outside, and the source that I can connect to, though great and vast in its knowledge, does have its limits. I might be able to find something, but it would be fragments of information, fragments of details, I would think.
Melu hums a little bit and kind of relays that to Cera, that he doesn't really seem to know. Do we want to try and ask him to see if he can get more information on it, or should we just leave it be?
What's the price on the information he can get?
Okay, yeah, I'll ask him that.
I think that he would shrug and he would say, since it's rumors and nothing concrete and substantial, let's say a 3 days sleep.
I will relay that. Did you just say fine?
Yeah, Sarah's going to be so tired.
Yeah, Melu's like, she said yes, so any information you have would be helpful.
Okay. Francis will go back into his pose, and his tentacles will arrange into a slightly different position. A few more minutes will pass, and he will, his eyes will open once more, and he will say, there are certain rumors regarding the draconic prophecy. It's mostly hearsay, but there were rumors that those that could feel each other's marks or could sense each other's marks, something of that nature, they were tied together in the prophecy somehow. And Francis will shrug.
Melu will relay that information to Cera.
Sarah tries to keep a stone face, receiving that information.
Go ahead and make me a performance check.
Yeah, we'll do.
I would also say he would also add by saying, but whether or not that tie is in the present, is in the past, the present, or the future is also up for debate.
We love sevens today.
Another 7. Wow, and we really do. That's the fifth. So 3 7s back to back there. That's a lot of 7s.
Yeah. Well, Melu's passive perception is 17.
Yeah.
So
I
I,
would
feel
definitely
like
say-
they're aware that
Oh, yeah,
she's a
I
little
would-
upset by that.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Melu will kind of grimace a little at Cera and then go sorry before they say, for this last one, I'll be paying you with the sleep. But I wanted to know if you knew anything about a drow hunter with antlers. Maybe where he came from. Did you give me a name
look
for
at
him?
you.
Sorry, that just hit me.
No, you're good. I don't think you. The name for the hunter would have been, I think, the Chosen of Balinor.
Okay. Oh, well that feels like that answers questions.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, you're just asking for any general information about this individual.
Yeah, if he has any more information than what is just generally out there.
Okay. Yeah, he'll look at you and he'll say, "This is again not this level of information is not 100% concrete. So I will charge you. I'll charge you less for this. We'll say 3 days sleep as well from you."
All right.
He'll go back into his pose, and a few more minutes will pass, and he'll his eyes will open once more, and he'll say, "The Chosen of Balinor is a legendary hunter. It seems that once every so often, when there is a great need in the world, Balinor will express his will through a chosen who will be his envoy or divine wrath in a chosen conflict. Usually the Chosen of Balinor is a legendary character who only arrives when there is great need. For example, the last time that the Chosen of Balinor would have manifested on in the material plane would have been during like the time just after the or the time during the fall of Dakar, where there was like a big invasion from another, like a manifest zone app opened, and there was an invasion from another world, and a Chosen of Balinor manifested then to help combat that.
Oh. Thank you. That's good to know. Melu very slowly touches one of their antlers. Like they're kind of processing that information. Yeah, I don't think I have any more questions.
Francis will nod once more, and will say, "Yes. Is there anything else that I can assist you with? Any other questions or unknowns that you may be searching for?"
Melu will look at Cera and ask if she has anything else.
Cera gets a thoughtful look on her face, and no, I don't. Yeah, nothing at this time.
Melu stops and thinks for a very, very long time. Before they... no, I don't think they have any more questions, so they'll look at Francis and say, I don't think either of us have any more right now. Thank you, though.
Francis will, at that point, Francis will stand up. I know move and grab a shell and pass one to you as well, Melu.
Okay.
And he will say, well, if you have any further inquiry, you know where to find me. And he'll sit back down at his desk and start poring over what he was looking at before. I think with that, we're going to cut over to Brennard and Ellida. Oh, sorry, real quick. I noticed that my captions are stuck on the stream. Thanks. I'm going to say that like it took you all like an hour to get around the campus because it's quite a large facility, and y'all are it's fairly complex and labyrinthian. And all this would have been occurring while Melu and Cera were off researching. So Brennard and Ellida, you have just left the office of the archaeologist, and y'all are making your way through the like cramped hallways. These hallways are like super cramped. Like they're 10 feet like wide. But the ceilings are quite low, and it's like kind of you're going like zigzagging through these walls that have kind of been carved out. It's very kind of a very cramped environment, and you feel maybe a little turned around, like you maybe should have taken a right and when you took a left instead, and you're kind of having a little bit of issue finding your way out to the library, when there is like I think a moment that passes when like you both get like a chill that runs through you. Both of you go ahead and make perception checks for me.
My fucking god.
Is it going to be another 7? Is the big answer.
I
Okay, let's fingers crossed.
10.
Oh my god!
A 10 from Brennard and a 4 from
no.
Ellida.
Oh, this is so bad.
well, they're not 7s.
They're not 7s. That's so true. Not 7s.
Oh.
So, I think it's probably too late at this point when you realize that there's nobody else in the hallway with you, and as you are progressing down it further, stepping from in front, from around like the bend, you see the unmistakable form and dress of Sister Maggie wearing her just like bright red, her drab red like robes with the Cult of the Mark inscribed on like on the shoulder. And she'll like be kind of standing there waiting for you. And as you kind of come up towards her, she will she'll put her hands up, and you'll see like little motes of flame like glow in there, and she'll say, there you are, drop the artifact.
No.
Ellida says no.
No, this is Jess.
Jess.
Oh.
I just realized what was happening. Was like, oh god, no, they're by themselves.
Elida's gonna look at Brennard, back to Maggie, like, what idol?
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, we don't have it.
Gonna play hardball, is it? All right. Everybody, go ahead and roll for initiative. So only Ellida and Brennard go ahead and roll.
Oh no. I'm so mad I'm not there to hold
I finally got that 7.
You did.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
It's
Oh,
broken.
great. This is episode 7.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
There we go. Sorry, just trying to find Sister Maggie's character sheet real quick. Okay, and initiative.
Well, it's more than her.
And
I just realized that was the 7th 7 rolled tonight.
Well, hopefully that means
Oh,
we're
shit.
not going to roll any more 7s for the rest of the night.
oh,
my
but the
God.
closest crit. No more 7s. All the 7s have been used up. Okay, so got this. And so Ellida and Brennard, between the two of you, who would like to go first?
Ellida, do you want to, since this is your friend? Friend
My
in
friend.
finger quotes.
My friend. I mean, I can. I don't know this woman, I don't think. But
No,
I
you don't
did.
recognize this.
No.
Ellida, you wouldn't recognize this woman, no.
Yeah, I don't. So
Oh
I
wait,
can.
isn't this? I thought you knew Sister Maggie from your cult.
No, only Brother Bobby. That's the only one. So I mean, if you want to, you can, but I can also. I don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we're just gonna fireball. Firebolt. Fireball. Firebolt.
Okay, so-
Fireball.
Well, Ellida, you're going first.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm setting up the turn orders, and then Brennard, and then Sister Maggie. Okay. So, the cultists actually rolled higher, so they're gonna go first. And that was
yeah.
what the perception check was for, to see whether or not you noticed that there were goons creeping up from behind. At which point they burst from the shadows, emerging forward, and there's two of them. They're going to both rush towards both of you, and they are going to strike not at you, but at your at the bags that you're carrying, at your packs.
Oh.
So one of them is going to swing at Ellida, and the second one is going to swing at Brennard. First at Ellida, 21.
Jesus
The
Christ!
second at Brennard, 20 to hit.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Did both of those hit?
Those hit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so your bags are torn asunder, and the contents go dumping out onto the ground. But Brennard, you're using a bag of holding, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, with a bag of holding, it doesn't work like that. If the bag of holding gets broken, all the shit gets dumped into the astral plane, right?
Oh, no.
Take a look.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're going to be in so much trouble with Zed again.
We're gonna make Ptolemy cry.
If you make Ptolemy cry, you're gonna make Stripe cry.
Alright.
Oh, no.
If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed. Its contents are scattered in the astral plane. If the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So,
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Mist,
Yeah.
how much stuff did Brennard have in there?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Not a whole lot, honestly. The only reason I kept it around was because I was like, this is probably the safest spot for the idol. I had originally made it when we were doing the heist, so I had all of our like clothes, weapons, equipment in there for like the entire
Right.
party. But I think I pretty much only had the idol in there at this point.
I think that's probably true. I don't think you've really grabbed anything big or anything like that. Not that I can think of.
Okay, and the
Yeah,
idol's
the
with
only
Zed,
reason I was
right?
keeping it was because it seemed like a good safety precaution.
Mhm.
Oh wait, no, we have
Oh.
the idol, right?
Well, not anymore. It's in the astral
Jesus.
plane.
The astral plane.
So the dagger comes, like the scimitar's cut down towards the bags. Ellida, your bag just gets torn asunder and strewn over, like open onto the ground. All your stuff just goes everywhere.
We have so
But
much shit.
Brennard,
So much stuff.
and it's just clattered out onto the ground. But Brennard, as the scimitar cuts through the edge of the bag and disrupts the enchantment that is holding the item together, it almost like folds in on itself like a collapsing black hole, and the thing, it doesn't do any damage to you, but the thing just like it almost just sucks into itself and is just gone.
Well, look what you've gone and done now. Now nobody gets the idol.
Sister Maggie will look very shocked at that. and will go, oh, what was that?
You just
my God.
destroyed it.
Oh my god.
Have fun telling your boss.
Sister Maggie will look very, very angry at this. But that's the cultist turns. That's gonna make it Ellida, your turn.
Oh. I mean, Alida's gonna look over at Brennard and just go, "You want me to blast him? You want me to start blasting?
Well, anyway,
Let's start blasting.
All right." So with that, she's just gonna do a firebolt at Sister Maggie.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll the hit.
I don't think.
10, unfortunately, is not going to hit. Unless you wanted to Tides of Chaos.
Yeah, Tides of Chaos. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
absolutely. So 26 will definitely hit for 11 points of damage. Yeah, the fire scorches into Sister Maggie, but like as the fire connects with her body, like it's almost like fire connecting with fire, right? Like two flames merging into one. Like her physical form isn't physical as like the flames merge with her body, and it doesn't look like it. She does look a little scorched from it, but it doesn't look like she took as much damage as you would anticipate. Anything more for Ellida?
No. No.
All right, that's gonna make it Brennard's turn.
All right. Brennard is going to grab like a gemstone from like a pouch on his thing and just crush it and let the echo blast through them with a shatter spell.
Oh, nice. Absolutely, that's gonna be a save, right?
Yep, DC 15.
And are you casting this at the cultist or Sister Maggie?
Sister Maggie. I don't know if she's close enough to also boom the cultist with it.
The cultists are kind of like right up on you at kind of the opposite side of you, so you could like, I think you could theoretically. Shatter's pretty large, right?
I think it's 10 feet. Double checking right now, because of course that's the one spell I haven't like filled in.
10-foot radius. I would say no. At that point, you would need to.
Yeah, it's
you
10
need
feet.
targets.
All right, I'll blast Sister Maggie.
And what kind of save was that again?
That is a DC 15 Constitution save.
Constitution save.
And if she's made of inorganic material, she has disadvantage.
She fails, so 11.
All right. And that is 11 thunder damage to her.
So she takes the 11. Okay. Yeah, that definitely looks like it hurt her for sure. That definitely, like, you see the shockwave like ripple through her, and you see like her like cough up like a little like splurt of blood as the shockwave slams into her.
Actually, 1 second.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So I actually forgot this. I can cast this through my wand. Or my arcane firearm. I've been forgetting that. So she takes an extra 6.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. In response to this, though, she like her body convulses and her limbs flex forward, and the tips of her hands become flame, which jet out to you as she casts Hellish Rebuke. Go ahead and make a DC 11 Dexterity saving throw.
All right. 18.
Good job,
Nice.
Brennard.
So you take half. I don't know why it posted it like this. Whatever. We'll take half of 2d10. So you take 3 points of fire damage as it just as this retaliatory flame licks at you. And that's it for Brennard. That makes it Sister Maggie's turn. Sister Maggie is far enough away and sees that she's been beaten. She goes, she steps forward like she's about to attack you, but then you see her almost catch herself, or maybe she's hearing something from another source. You're not sure. But she groans and says, "Fine," and she'll produce a key from her belt, and will insert it into the lock of a nearby door. We'll twist it, open it, and will step through before shutting it behind them. And that's Sister Maggie's turn. That makes it the cultist turns. The cultists are going to disengage from you and are going to run off down the corridor. And that's their turn. Ellida.
Did they not get attacks of op?
No, because they
They
disengaged.
disengage.
Disengage.
Gotcha.
Real quick question as well. Ellida and Brennard, what is your passive perceptions?
Passive perception.
9.
Forgot where it was again. Perception.
It would be your perception plus 10. Your perception modifier plus 10.
Oh. Perception modifier plus 10 would be 10 then.
Just 10. Okay. So yeah, you don't make out any details as she go. Neither of you do so as she goes and opens the door, and steps through. The cultists have run off. Ellida, it's your turn.
Elida's gonna run after them.
All right. Yeah. You can definitely catch up and keep eyesight with them as they're like running away and making their way through the various through the alleyway. You definitely are still within sight. And you move up close enough to them. Do you want to attack them somehow?
Yeah. Can I? Let me see. Can I use sphere on them?
I mean, yeah, you can. I'm not sure if it would really change the situation that much because they're already running away from you, but you could.
What if I just want to scare them?
I mean, you definitely can. Nothing wrong with putting them a little bit of fear of God, aka lead in them.
Yeah. I mean, she's really pissed about what happened earlier that day, and
Hey,
also
that's
about her firebolt failing twice. And I think she just wants to make them afraid. So I think she wants to use fear on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and cast that.
Okay. I guess that would just be that. I mean, it would just be
Wisdom saving throw.
yeah. And she's just gonna
We do
use
have-
white feathers on her because white feathers. There you go.
So due to their dark devotion, which is a thing that the cultists have, they do have advantage against being charmed or frightened. So
Damn it!
so this will be at advantage, but they have a 0 modifier. So 15. They got a 15. So what does it look like when Ellida casts fear?
She's going to she's going to like stop where she is, where she can see them, and push her hands forward and just like yell whatever she needs to cast it.
Okay.
Just yell at them. And attempt to summon whatever the hell like they're afraid of.
Okay. Yeah.
In front of them.
So I think that like you try to like channel this this like kind of primal phantasmal fear towards them, and it like echoes off of you and like kind of fills the space out of this 30-foot cone, and you see it like wash over the cultists, but as it does so, the marks that they wear on their cultist outfits, you see them glow almost a little bit as like the as the fear washes over them, and they seem to be unaffected by the spell.
No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Alia's just very frustrated right now because nothing is working.
Oh, let me also, there are other people in this hallway, so let me make a save for them. They failed the save. So you catch, like, I think maybe a couple of random civilians in this, a couple of random students, and and they both scream and they run off down the hallway from you in the same direction that the cultists are running.
Oh my god.
Anything more for Ellida?
No.
All right, that's gonna make it Brennard's turn.
Okay. How far away are they?
The cultists?
Yeah.
They're only about 30 feet off from you. They're like a little bit down the hall, but they're definitely still within eye shot. Because they would have had to use their action to disengage, and then they would have only had their regular movement speed.
Sorry, I'm like, man, is there any good way I have to stop them? But I really don't think I do. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna cast, do Scorching Ray on them, fired from my wand.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to roll it?
Yeah.
That's like three blasts, right?
I believe so. I need to pull that up. I didn't finish writing the descriptions of my high-level spells because that's the problem with being able to prepare from my entire spell list, is I definitely don't have everything. Alright, so you create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several. So I think I'll do all 3 at the same target.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll the hit.
I'm just rolling with this because it's going to be that for my spell attacks. So
That'll
that
definitely hit.
Yep, so that's going to be a 17. And that's
17 hits.
3 rays at
Alright.
2d6 each. So that's 22 plus 7 damage. So 29 damage.
Oh.
Boom!
Yeah, boom. It's like a nuclear bomb going off onto the man, and there is just this. There's like it's like he's flash fried, and all of his skin just comes off of him, and then he's a skeleton running for just a moment, and then he just also, and then that turns to ash, and he's gone.
Okay, that was more than I was hoping for, but I'll take it.
It's like he didn't even he doesn't even exist anymore. His clothes, there's not even a trace of him. He's been atomized.
Me, I want to do a lot of damage because I'm hoping we can get them down fast. Me, oops, too much damage.
Complete immolation.
I meant to set the phasers from stun to like kill, and I went all the way to nuke.
Yeah. Amazing. Anything more? Anything more, Brennard?
I'm gonna keep running after them.
Absolutely, yeah. And you're able to run and catch up with exactly where Ellida is at. And I think there might be a little bit of panic now going on in the halls, like with the fear spell going off and the man being disintegrated. I think people are a little scared. There might be a few screams happening. I'm gonna go ahead and shift on over to the cultists. So the cultists, they not having to disengage, they're gonna use their full action to dash, and they're gonna run off. The remaining cultist, he's gonna run off basically as quickly as possible, like dodging around and attempting to get as much space between the two of you. So I'm gonna say, just to because we're not using a battle map, I'm gonna say that y'all are probably chasing after him. Go ahead and make me perception checks as he tries to escape you guys and break line of sight.
Okay.
So even with a 12 and a 13 perception check,
Well,
he rolls really
I was
badly
gonna
to.
say, let me
Yeah.
just. That's not gonna give me much right now because I'm not with it. I was gonna say I might activate my hobgoblin thing, but it's just me and Ellida, so I'd only get a +1 from it, so it's not worth it.
Well, the cultist in question, he's not the deftest of individuals, and you find him like unable. He's unable to like really secrete himself away from you all as you're making your way out of the library. I'm gonna say that we'll go ahead and jump to Ellida. You're still within range, and you have sight of the cultist if you want to do something.
All right, and Brennard's gonna shout like, "Ellida, do you have anything to stop him?"
She's gonna think while they're after him, and I think she's just gonna try and tackle him if she can.
Okay.
I
Are
love
you
that.
gonna tell Brennard that's your plan?
No.
Okay.
Just thinking, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you have enough speed in order to be able to get up to him.
Yeah.
Ellida, don't you have like a thing that you can do, like an ASMR thing?
Let me look. Let me look at my.
That might give you additional speed.
I can fly. Radiant Soul.
I would say that if you were flying, you could catch up.
Okay,
Like, 'cause
yeah.
you're taking a more direct path over people while he's having to dart through them.
Yes. Yeah, then I'm doing the Radiant Soul, baby.
Okay, perfect. What does that? So what does that look like when you cast, or when this occurs?
She's just gonna say, "I have an idea," to Brennard, and then she's just going to, she's gonna jump in the air and the giant rainbow translucent wings just sprout from her back, and she starts glowing. Like it's a very showy thing, sadly, but she's just going to levitate in the air, then start to dive towards this person.
Just imagining. All I can picture right now is just a magical girl transformation. That's all that's going
Basically.
through my head.
Yeah, yeah, spin, a little spin, and jump and a spin and a.
Are the wings like feathers, or are they light? What do the wings look like?
They're kind of see-through, sort of. So they're definitely. I feel like they do have substance to them, but they're very they're kind of they almost look like they're stuck between planes or something. They're kind of
Okay.
half in reality, half not, sort of. But they function.
Sure, very ethereal. I
Yes.
like it. Yeah. So these ethereal glowing wings sprout from your back as you do the spinning transformation, alighting to the sky and swooping after the individual before just dive bombing their ass, attempting to knock them to the ground. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Oh God. Okay. Please. Oh.
So this is going to be a contest. Your athletics versus their dexterity. So if they roll less than a 4, you catch them.
Oh boy.
All right. They rolled a 3.
Nice.
So the cultist is just so distracted, trying to make a clear getaway and avoiding people, pushing past, not tripping, that they don't even see you coming until it's the last moment when you're rearing up on them like an angry god, and you see the look of terror on their face as you slam into them, just shoving them to the ground, completely on top of them, knocking their asses completely prone. And you are now grappling them on the ground. That's Ellida's turn. Brennard, you see all this happen.
I am going to. Actually, let me check. Can I catch up to them?
Yeah, I would say now that the cultist has stopped running, you definitely can.
Then I am going to run up behind Ellida, and as I do, I reach out my hand and the wand at her, and she starts to grow, and I'm going to cast Enlarge on her.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
So Ellida becomes large, adds 1d4 damage to attacks and with weapons, and also gets advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
This is so Alice in Wonderland. So Ellida is just like, Ellida, you're sitting on this dude, right? And then suddenly you start to get bigger, and like the room, you're in like a very cramped environment, and it starts to get a lot smaller all of a sudden as you just grow in size. I feel like you're probably concerned that you might be having a wild magic surge as this
Yeah.
is going on.
Fuck.
Amazing. All right, beautiful. Yeah. And the like as like Ellida grows in size, you hear the man who Ellida is currently pitting underneath her like groan from the increased weight.
Sorry, I take that back.
crushes her.
I actually thought that was a first level spell. It's a second level spell, so I can't cast that.
Oh, okay.
So
No worries.
you are not large, Ellida. I lied.
Regular size.
Regular sized Ellida.
We're
Regular
not
size.
large, but you are still in charge.
I'm large in my brain. Big brain.
Very bright.
Oh,
very
amazing.
big.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I'll
good.
run up and I'll kind of hold him at gunpoint with my arcane firearm, with the skull head of it aimed at him.
Excellent. Yeah. He'll look panicked for a moment, and then he'll look almost like off to the side, like he's hearing something, and then you'll see him take like a deep breath, and breathe a sigh of relief, and become like placid.
Weird.
Ellida, why don't you tie him up with that rope you have?
Yeah. Okay. And so she starts like trying to tie him up.
He won't resist. He'll allow you to tie him up.
My God, what is wrong with?
I don't know.
What is
maybe he's
happening
into
to
it.
him? Lita just gives him a look. I don't think that's it. And she's just like looking at this guy. She's like tying him up, and she's just like, she tries to slap him, see if what he does.
He doesn't react. Roll me a d4. Or sorry, what's your strength mod, Ellida?
Oh, 0.
Oh, okay. So you do a point of damage as you whack him across the face.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
He'll like look at you, but he won't respond.
Let's let Cera deal with him. I feel like she'd be able to get him to talk.
She's gonna shake him. I think this is gonna try to shake him.
I'm gonna say he takes another point of damage as you whack his head against like the stone, like behind him. He doesn't react. He doesn't react. He just sits there with his hands tied.
If you don't talk, then she looks at Brennard. Then that gun is gonna get you in the face.
Roll me an intimidation check.
21.
21.
Oh my god.
He'll look at you, and then he'll look at Brennard, and he'll say, "My mission has been accomplished, and I saw what you did to my compatriot. I have no doubt that you will pull the trigger." And he looks at Brennard.
I mean, we're offering you a chance for me to not pull the trigger.
I would rather die with honor than to betray the one true marked.
All right, buddy. Well, I don't think you have a whole lot of honor, so you're coming with us.
Who's your one true marked?
He'll smile at that, and he'll say, the one who will bring about the end of days.
And their name is?
He'll just look at you.
And their name is?
He'll smile.
And their name is?
Okay, Ellida, why don't we just bring him to Cera? Or, like, you can try to magic him. I don't know. Do you have any magic that does anything?
Well, the fear didn't work. Nothing is working. That I've been using, like, the fire misses, the fear doesn't work,
Oh, no, fire works.
Fire works, but my fire doesn't work, Brennard.
Okay, well, my fire worked.
He huffs. Just very frustrated. I don't think anybody has ever seen Ellida this frustrated in her life. Let me see.
Come on, we got him tied up. Let's just bring him in. We'll have questions for him.
She sighs, and she's just like, I just want to be able to take care of it. But she'll start trying to drag this man.
You won't need to drag him. He'll be happy to stand and walk you. You do definitely get like a few looks from people as you are walking about with this bound man. And I think with that, we'll go ahead and go to our first break, actually. So we're going to take 10 minutes and we will be back.
And we're back.
Hello, Guilders. Welcome back to episode 7 of Exploits of the Golden Shadows. We're going to go ahead and dive back into Melu and Cera. So I think we'll just rewind slightly. So Francis would have been saying, is there anything more that you would like to ask?
Yes.
Cera thinks a moment, and eventually she goes, would Francis know the location of dragon idols? Or even what their purpose is?
Oh, that's a good point. We should maybe ask. I think we should ask. Melu, upon Cera saying that, Melu will turn back to Francis and say, so we're looking for information about something called the dragon idols. They're dragon shards carved into the shape of dragons. Do you have any idea where any of them are located, or even do you have any information about them just in general?
Francis's eyes will flash at the mention of this, and he will say, you seek information regarding the draconic prophecy. Interesting. I can share some information with you. However, it would come at a high price. I would say a fortnight of dreams.
I can pay that.
You can pay what?
A fortnight of dreams?
I'll pay it.
Well, I mean, I just said I would. You've already got like a week on you. I think
Fine.
you're good.
It's fine.
Melu turns back to Francis and says, I'll pay the fortnight.
Cera looks down at Melu like, You little shit.
Is Cera taller than Mel?
How tall is Melu?
Like 5'10".
Sarah's 6'2".
Never mind. Yeah.
6'2" before the high heels.
It's true.
Oh goodness.
Francis will nod and say it's a deal, and he'll go back into his pose. The shapes of and forms of the tentacles that he's been making will be much more intricate than previous. Sorry, give me 1 second. It seems like Craig has crapped out.
Oh, Craig.
Good old Craig.
Craig.
Luckily, I was able to catch it pretty fast this time. Oh, Craig.
Yeah.
Come on, work, buddy.
Now recording.
Perfect.
There we go.
The motion and the intricate forms that his tentacles take become much more complex this time, and it takes several more minutes than before for him to process this request before his eyes open. But this time, instead of his eyes just like being their normal color, they're actually kind of almost glowing slightly with like an inner purple light. And you hear him speak in his voice, but it also sounds like a little alien. And he will say, in ages past, during the demon wars, a powerful demon lord ravaged the continent now known as Corvair. It took the power of the sovereign host, the mighty dragons, and the silver flame together, combined in order to seal him away. Using the power of specially carved dragon idols out of dragon shards that had been found across the world, designed by the dragons to fulfill the draconic prophecy and steal the Lord away. After the Lord was sealed in a great battle, the three idols were split amongst those that had helped this great achievement. A Sybarix dragon idol to the dragons, the Kyber dragon idol to the angel of the sovereign, and the final dragon idol went to the Church of the Silver Flame. And his eyes will kind of like clear, and he'll blink a couple times, and he'll say that information was quite a bit deeper than normal. Interesting.
Okay, well, why do you have any idea what made it deeper than normal?
It was an old memory. Very old.
That actually makes sense. I'll look at Cera and kind of relay all of the information. And then say, do we have any idea if we've figured out where each of the idols have come from so far?
Well, Ellida and Brennard are supposed to be finding out where. Oh my gosh, what's the one that they lost? That wasn't the Kyber one. That was the first one that we lost, wasn't it?
That's correct. The second one was the Sybarix one. That was the one that was just lost.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Brennard and Ellida are supposed to be finding out where they found the Sybarix dragon idol. And the Kyber one is the first one that was lost.
Melu kind of nods. The third one might still be up for grabs. Yeah?
Yeah, should be. And resides with the Church of the Silver Flame. Cera seems to recall reading something about the Church of the Silver Flame in past research. because this has
Yeah.
definitely come up before.
Yeah.
I would say go ahead and make a religion check. You both can make religion checks for your just general knowledge.
I'm good at that. I'm sort of good at that.
Wonderful.
Hey!
The final dragon shard is an Eberron dragon shard. That's the third type that has not been found just yet. So a 19 religion from Melu and a 4 from Cera. So I'm gonna start with Cera. So Cera, you know a little bit about the Silver Flame. It's a large religion. It's not as big as the Sovereign Host in Sharn, but there is an active temple in Sharn. There are several actually, and you would know that the Silver Flame is it's a pretty prolific religion, to the point where there is an entire continent not continent, a country of individuals that worship the Silver Flame called Thrain. And the credo of the Silver Flame, more or less, is that they're very anti-demons and vehement against like the power of good, but they're also like there's definitely like a actually, I think that's about what you would know. You would definitely, I feel like, would have a general knowledge of who what the Silver Flame is, but you don't have any specific explicit details. But Melu with the 19, I would say that you would know a little bit more about the Silver Flame. I would say that you would probably know a little bit more about their credo and as well as maybe a little bit about their history. Such as you would know that the Silver Flame is one of the older religions in Corvair, and that they had existed for like several hundred years, and had relied on like the strength of and like the help of like specific like celestials called Kodals that had assisted in the past, like during like the demon wars and such. Trying to find a little bit more information to give to you here about the Silver Flame. There would also be like, I think you would have general knowledge about the concept of the shadow within the flame as well, where there like is very much this idea in their society, in their religion, that there is there's the voice of the flame which speaks to everybody, but then you have to beware the whispers of the shadow of the flame in the flame, which is like the corruption from within and a potential like demon corruption and such like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think and I think that you would know that that in the country of Thrain, the capital of Thrain, known as Flamekeep, at the very center of that capital city is the Church of the Silver Flame, which is like basically the religious center for that religion, right? Like it's almost like the Vatican, right?
Okay. Okay.
That would be kind of some general information that you would know from with that 19. I think you rolled pretty well. I think you would know all that.
Okay. And so we have found a Kyber shard, a what shard, and the Eberron shard is the third?
Yes, you have found a Kyber and a Siberek shard. The Eberron shard is the third type that has not been discovered yet.
Okay. After kind of thinking about all of that for a moment, Melu will look at Cera and say, the Church of the Silver Flame might be a good place to go. I don't know how much it would get us, but it might be the right direction.
Well, it's the best lead that we've had.
They might know more about what Ptolemy showed us as well.
Yeah, let's go meet up with Brennard and Ellida.
Yeah.
All right, amazing. And I think with that, we cut back to Brennard and Ellida. The two of you have this cultist. What do you do next?
I say we head back to the library. Unless you had something else you wanted to do.
Is Ellida going to gather her things?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we can like walk past it on the way. All my stuff that she can gather.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you're like maybe a little turned around, but you can definitely make the trip back. Like you think you were going the right direction originally to get to the library. Anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, so she'd just be pulling this guy along as he's walking with him, all tied up, and just like she's probably eerily quiet during this trip.
Yeah, so you go back, gather your stuff. The door that Sister Maggie had ran through would only be like 20 or so some odd feet away from y'all.
Perfect.
But yeah, so you get your stuff, and then do you head back on to the library?
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, so I think y'all meet up in like the Cera and Melu, y'all kind of leave the space. You're hearing maybe a little bit of hubbub in the forbidden section, and there are a couple of like guards walking about that are I would say like on alert. You would get the sense like kind of like somebody has kicked the nest, if you will. And you come on out of the forbidden zone into the library proper, and you just as Ellida and Brennard are coming down the stairwell.
The hell happened here?
Yeah. What is going on? Who is
Quick
that?
question. Is Melu still holding their shell in their hand?
Probably. They probably didn't think to put it away.
Cera is going to attempt to sleight of hand that out of their hand.
Oh. Okay.
An attempt will be made.
Okay. I'm assuming this would be against my passive wisdom, right? Or my passive perception?
Well, let me preface this by asking if you, Galaxy, are the player, are okay with this. Is
No,
that
I'm totally fine with this. Don't worry.
Okay. Just want to know if, of course, I just wanted to cover that first. Naturally. I would say. No, you're good. You're good. I would say go ahead. You're trying to do this without them noticing, sir?
Yeah, since we are caught up in trying to figure out like what's going on, their attention's a little divided.
Yeah, I would say go ahead and roll me a stealth check at first, and this will be against Melu's passive perception.
Oh, not the stealth.
And what's your passive, Melu?
17.
Okay, so meets it, beats it. So Cera rolls a 17, so you are unnoticed. Go ahead and make me that sleight of hand check.
That's not
7.
great.
I'm gonna say that's not good enough to be able to pluck it out of Melu's hand, unfortunately. So Melu, you're like looking over towards Brennard and Ellida as they're coming down the stairs, and you're holding your shell, and you're like, oh hey, you're turning back to Cera to like tell them that you see your compatriots, and you catch Cera like with their hand on your shell as well, like you're both holding opposite ends of the shell.
Melu just like tightens their grip on it and pulls it back a little bit and goes, "No, I said I would take the fortnight.
I cannot allow you
Take
to
the
do
what?
that.
It's fine. You've already got more than a week and a half."
2 weeks, Melu? 2 weeks.
We don't even sleep, Cera.
That's beside the point. You need your rest.
Wow,
We'll be fine.
I can tell you guys had about as an eventful day as us.
Ellida blows the hair out of her face.
Yeah, what happened with both of you? So now Melu is like full on tucking the seashell like into their breastplate on like in their armor, and it's like completely hidden.
Oh, so we Well, Ellida lied about us being students. We
Well, that's
ended up meeting
normal.
a professor. He said that he found the dragon shard we had. Cultists attacked us.
Brennard. Who's our guest?
We're getting to that. So cultists attacked us.
No.
Sister
Is
Maggie
he one of
had
the
them.
cultists?
Yeah, and they cut open my bag of holding. So everything in there is in the astral plane. So that's bad news. But we captured this guy. Sister Maggie got away though. You know, the one that you don't like, and Brennard will point at Melu.
I'm aware. I remember her, unfortunately. So wait, did you just openly say in front of this cult member what happened with the dragon shard?
Thank
well,
you,
He was
Melu.
he was there. He was there. He's not saying anything. He just gives this creepy smile for some reason.
Oh, also, I
No.
incinerated his friend to ash.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, great job, but also you've given him information, so Sarah's
Yeah.
like thinking, she's like,
If he can if they can contact him, oh no.
we're either gonna have to kill him or alter his memories.
Oh, let me see if I
Oh,
can do that.
he's already gone. He's already.
No, I
he's
don't think
useless.
either of you understand. Also, what? She looks at Ellida in the state she's in, and also just the fact that she's probably just carrying handfuls of her stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
Just her cloak is like she's got like her cloak up and got all her stuff in like
yeah, she's like,
that way.
Yeah, like a little kid with like the bottom of their
Yeah.
dress.
Yeah.
what?
Wearing all the things that were in there.
Oh, I don't have any way to modify memories. Which doesn't surprise me. We're only level 5.
Okay,
He was
do
good
you
with being
have-
shot in the head, so
Do you have any extra room in your pack to help Ellida out for now?
Me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And I'll take my pack off and start transferring Elida's stuff into it.
Alita's got so much stuff, you guys.
And then she looks at Brennard and the cultist, and she just goes, "Give me him."
Good luck.
Yeah, this is why I said we should bring him to you. Here. And Brennard kind of pushes him forward.
Oh no.
He's just gonna smile at you like a weirdo.
No, see, Ellida, this is why I said we needed to go to Cera. She's got this.
Well, first of all, he's probably enchanted.
Yeah.
And with that, she just like kind of takes a look into his eyes. Should I roll an investigation or a medicine check to see what is going on with him?
What is it that you're specifically looking for?
Number one, to see if he is, see if there's any like telltale signs of him being under a kind of spell or an enchantment. Or would that be like an?
You're looking for specifically. If you're looking for specifically magical,
I'm not looking to see what spell he's under, just if he is being affected by a spell.
Okay, I'll say make an Arcana check.
Okay. Incredible.
20.
Nice.
I would say you. With the 20, I would definitely get the sense that you get the feeling he is being compelled, but you also get the vibe that he is also willing too.
It's uncomfortable.
Well, he's definitely being compelled, but he's completely fine with it.
Yeah.
So I have an idea.
What's that?
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on him if I can. Oh no, I don't have it prepared. Never mind.
Rough, buddy.
That is rough.
Let me take a look at my spells real quick. I'm pretty sure I got rid of Lesser Restoration.
I have command. Not really helpful in this situation, is it?
Not completely. No, we've got Cure Wounds, Healing Word, Prayer of Healing.
I have hold person.
I don't think we need to hold him. He's coming with us very willingly.
Yeah.
Oh, oh wait, did you have counterspell or dispel magic?
I have Counterspell.
I have dispel magic. Because of a feat. I think. Wait, sorry.
You should still have that feat. I don't think you gave that up.
I did not, no.
You could try to dispel it.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll cast dispel magic on him.
Okay. Go ahead and post Dispel Magic into the chat, just to refresh my memory, because I think it works a specific way, but I just want to double check.
Yeah, let me see if I can do that. If it doesn't let me, hold on.
Yeah, it might be. No, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So go and make a spellcasting ability check, DC 15.
Okay, would that be the same as my spell attack?
I don't know. An ability check using your spellcasting and ability.
Yeah,
So I think that would
here.
just be a straight wisdom roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That is phrased really oddly.
It is.
Your spellcasting ability. I don't know.
Of course.
6 though.
Wait, you did
even
the
if-
recap
if-
though. So you have
I was
you
about
have
to say-
inspiration.
Oh, that's a good point. I have inspiration. I'm going to use my inspiration. This is a good time for that.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, excellent. So you get the you cast the spell magic on the individual, and you feel like there definitely was like an enchantment on the person. You feel it break as you do so.
But there's no
And
reaction.
they stop smiling.
Try now? I'll just look at Cera.
Thank you, Melu.
Oh,
He said something about the one true marked. The
I'm
bringer
sure he's
about
referring to
the end of
fancy
days.
man. Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. He
Well-
said his mission had been complete, if that helps.
Well, hello there. She is speaking to the cultist.
He won't respond.
Brennard, get your gun.
Brennard
I
pulls
love
out
how
his
y'all are
gun.
interrogating this man in the library.
In the library, right? Yeah, no, just in the middle of the library. We're just interrogating this man. But, yeah, no, Sarah's just like a little aggressive, but okay. So, you don't want to talk to us? I mean, it's understandable if you don't. I'm sure you'd probably get in a lot of trouble if you said something to us, wouldn't you?
The man will just glower at you, Sarah.
Oh, that's cute. Is he trying to intimidate me?
He says, "It makes me sick to think that you believe I would dare besmirch my honor by betraying the one true marked."
There it is.
And then he spits on the ground.
Well, one, I didn't ask you to do any such thing. I just asked you a question. Two, that's very rude and unhygienic. Please don't do that again. Now then, so I just have one question. Just one. What was your mission? I mean, I'm sure it doesn't really matter now. You've already accomplished it, and it really seems like there's little nothing we could do about it right now anyway.
You're correct. There is nothing that you can do to stop the one true marked. And Cultist will laugh.
Okay, yeah, cool. Anything else?
He'll laugh again, and he'll nod towards Brennard, and he'll say, "The mission was accomplished the moment that he had the idol," and he'll laugh again.
Oh, I knew they were in the friggin' astral sea already.
Cera just kind of like sighs, and she fishes her sending stone out of one of her pouches, and she rings up Zed.
Yes, hello. This is Zed reading.
Yes, Zed, Cera, I need you to arrange pickup for a I wouldn't really say precious package at Moorgrave University, but one of interest.
Okay. I can arrange this. You do realize I relieve you of duty, more or less, right? You're supposed to be on relaxation right now.
Yes, well, I can't very much relax when an item of importance is missing.
What item of importance would that be? And Zed
I'm going to
gives
leave
you
that to... Sarah just looks
You
at
look.
Zed and goes, I'm going to leave that to your imagination, but you're going to want to speak to this individual.
Zed lets forth a really, really heavy sigh and goes, "Well, I'll have an extraction unit there within the next hour or so. Try to keep them on the wraps and away from the public eye." And the communicator will click off. As this is going on, as Sarah is communicating with Zed, Melu, Brennard, and Ellida, you three would see at this point the library that y'all are in is kind of emptied out a little bit, and you would definitely see a few guards walking into the library, kind of sticking to the perimeter, but definitely giving y'all the eyeball.
Sorry, did you say they were guards?
They appear to be Sharn City Watch.
Oh.
They have a look to them. For some reason I'm picturing like old 1920s copper with the big stupid hat and the fucking whirly baton.
Did they match the ones in the parade?
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
they all look like fascist bastards.
Good. Melu will kind of turn to the group and be like, I think the guard is paying attention to us. What should we do about that?
Maybe we should use the exit that we went out.
It's not a bad idea. But what are we gonna do with this guy until then?
I think that you three should go, and I'll catch up to you.
What? Why? What is that gonna accomplish?
That way all four of us aren't just held up in this bullshit.
I don't think we should leave you.
Why
Yeah,
not?
no.
I'm perfectly capable.
I mean, you are, but still. Seems like a bad idea for some reason. What if they arrest you?
What if they arrest me?
Exactly.
What are you planning to do with these guards?
Sarah's like, you act like I've never been arrested before.
Well, all right.
She just kind of makes a shooing motion like, go on.
Leaving you and him and the guards here? That's what you want?
Yes. Melu has all the pertinent information anyway. They can update you. You can all trade notes. I will catch up with you later. I will just make sure that this individual safely gets into Zed's hands.
Hey. Melu's gonna look at Brennard and Ellida like, are we really doing this?
Ellida does not want to.
I am also against it.
Same. Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same page then.
That's great. We don't really have the time to argue. Go.
Why don't we just try to explain to them what happened?
Have you ever talked to cops before?
I mean, you're right. They don't really like things like this.
I think at that point, when at this point of the conversation, I think you hear a voice say, "Don't like things like what?" And walking in, like past the guards, you see an individual who's not dressed like a guard, but they definitely have a cop vibe to them. You know the vibe. They're definitely a cop, and they're wearing a little bit more like Zachariah's kind of outfit, like a little bit more trench coat, kind of street casual.
Oh, I just had a good idea.
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna cast Sending and call Zachariah.
Oh my gosh.
Is he awake?
Okay, perfect. What do you say with your 25 words of sending?
Zachariah, we need you at Moorgrave University. Please come immediately.
Okay, perfect.
What if he's like
he
drunk
will-
off his ass and asleep?
I
he
hope
will-
not.
He will respond in kind. Okay, get as high up as possible. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Maybe sooner.
Okay, I can't say anything back to that, but I'm gonna look at the group and say Zachariah is on his way.
Cera just like puts her head in her hand and she's just like, God damn it. Okay.
So this, I'll say that you had enough time to send that and also like whisper that to the group before this individual walks up. He's, he's got he's somehow balding, but also has a mullet. And just like the classic like Tom Selleck mustache. He's just a very greasy individual as you're seeing him. And he goes, then we got a few interesting reports about something about a couple of casters going wild with their spells. Somebody scaring people and somebody disintegrating somebody else.
Cera looks at him and goes, well, I don't know anything about that, but I do know that this hooligan gestures to the cultist that she has attacked some friends of mine, and I will not stand for that. This is a citizen's arrest.
Oh, okay. So this is the one, and he points at the cultist. This is the person who disintegrated somebody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I guess we can take him into the custody, and I guess we'll just come on down. You'll have to come with us.
No.
Wrong
That's not what's
answers.
going to happen.
The cop goes, that's interesting, and he'll pull it
Cera
back.
is
He'll
going to
say,
go full Karen mode,
okay.
and she says, no. He attacked my friends, therefore I will have my own personal guard deal with this. He will be released to you when we are finished. And she looks at him And she reaches into another pouch, pulls out a ring, flashes it at him, and just from a glance, he can tell that it is a royal signet ring from House Jarasco.
Oh,
Oh man, I'm dying over here. All right, go ahead and roll me an intimidation check with advantage, and I'm gonna say take a +2 modifier for the ring, for flashing the ring.
yes. That was a good idea.
Oh my god, you crit. With the critical, with the +2 modifier, that rounds out to a nice even 30 intimidation. Yeah, you get the sense that if this man wasn't wearing an adult diaper, he would probably be wetting his pants.
Oh, I'm
You,
glad he is.
you scared the shit out of him, and
God.
he immediately will he'll look at the floor and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am, I didn't realize that I was in the presence of such a royal and esteemed member of House Jarasco. I do apologize. Is there anything I can do for you in this moment? Is there anything that you need? And he'll snap his fingers, and he'll go and the guards will line up next to him, and he'll say, is there anything that you need of us?
You can clear the area, and you can keep a perimeter around us, and you can just keep the riffraff away from us for the next hour or so. And please go over there so I can speak to my cohorts.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And he'll pop to a salute. You maybe get the sense that this person was at one point military before they maybe let themselves go a little bit. And as they kind of strut over to the corner and kind of make themselves busy, looking at the wall at your command.
Cera looks back at the group. Number one, she looks at Melu, and she tells them to send another message to Zachariah and cancel that pickup.
All right. I guess I didn't know you could do that, so I'm gonna cast sending again and say, sorry, Zachariah, false alarm. Cera handled it without needing any help. Yeah. That's the whole message.
Zachariah will send back, yeah, that sounds like Cera. If you need any help, just let me know. You saved my ass. Happy to return the favor.
Well, that's good to know. He was so nice about it.
Yeah.
Melu will just be like, oh, well, he was fine. He was completely fine with that.
And
I was worried he was going to be mad.
with that, Cera gives the collective group a severe look, and she says, the next time I tell you I have something, I have it, okay?
We were just going to leave you here.
It's not that we doubt you, Cera.
Clearly, you're not listening to what I'm saying. The next time I tell you I have something, I have it.
Supposed to know that you could just flash a ring and do that. Calling Zachariah made a lot of sense. He's also one of those investigator guys.
And you're also supposed to trust me when I say that I have something.
We're not
I
going to
do
leave
trust
you,
you,
by
but you were
yourself.
telling us to leave you.
Yes. And look, I have this. You can go. I can catch up to you later.
But also, weren't you trying to hide the whole house thing?
He's so scared out of his mind, he didn't even ask for identification.
Okay, yeah, but if that was your plan, I remember a House Caneth. You could have just used me as a cover.
Could've.
I'm so confused.
Oh, she faked her own death.
Right, Melu didn't know that at all.
Yes, Brennard's the only one.
Melu and Ellida did not know that, and Cera is just like, this is not the time or place to be discussing this.
All right.
All right, but we're gonna have a serious discussion about trust.
Yeah.
We're also going to have a serious discussion about discussing private information in mixed company.
The cultist will smile.
Elida's gonna smack him.
That's another point of damage from Ellida.
There's too much tension. She has a lot of feelings right now. It's been a very bad day.
Cera just like clenches her teeth and she goes,
I'm sorry, but I really
out.
thought you were gonna say clutches her pearls.
so close. But no, she clenches her teeth and she just goes, get out.
Oh.
Melu looks at the other two again, like, are we really gonna go?
Or what?
Oh, shit.
This involves Ellida, too.
It involves all of us.
Yeah, really.
I
Kind
am
of mad that we
very
didn't-
aware. But if the information that you had given me when we first met back up is correct, then we are under a time crunch.
So are you
What we
telling
can't afford to
Are you
what we
telling us
can't
to
aff-
go? Sorry, go.
what we can't afford to do right now is sit here and dawdle while two major pieces are still in play. Now, go so that you can compare notes and information and we can get going.
Right.
What are you gonna do? You haven't even told us what you're gonna do.
I'm going to make... You were right there when I was speaking to Zed. I'm going to make sure that this individual gets handed off to Zed expeditiously, tell them what's going on, and then I will meet back up with you.
Expeditiously how?
Ellida, I don't have time to answer all of your asinine questions. Please just go.
No, I'm with
Sorry.
Ellida. I don't think that's asinine.
Yeah. Oh, not to mention, are you telling us to go do something, or are you just telling us to leave?
I'm telling you to go prepare. Ellida doesn't have a pack right now.
That is true.
We have information that has not been disseminated to everybody that is relevant to what we're doing right now.
Lita
So-
looks very offended. at what Sarah said to her.
So, you three can go, compare notes, and we can decide where we're going to go first. I will catch up to you. I just need to make sure that this person gets handed off to Zed properly, and then I can update them further, and then we can go. I don't understand what's so hard to understand here.
It doesn't have to do with understanding, Sarah. It's about us leaving you.
Oh my god.
It's about us splitting up for you doing whatever you want to do all by yourself.
It's like she doesn't even listen. It's like speaking to a brick wall. Sarah says that out loud.
Well, you also didn't really... You're telling us to go, but not really explaining why we can't just figure these things out right here. I mean, I know he is here, but...
We're also in public. We don't know who could be listening, and we don't know what enchantments could be at play in the library here.
Yeah, but we'd just be needing to fill you in after anyway.
Yeah, but if there's a plan in place, then I'll just go with it. Unless you're telling me that you're incapable of coming up with a plan.
we're not incapable, but
But
you're asking us to trust you, but then telling us you don't want us along.
I'm trusting you to do something else, and in that, I'm asking you to trust me with this.
All right, we'll go figure out what we're gonna do next.
You think we can't handle this?
I think anybody can handle passing this guy off to Zed, but it doesn't take 4 of us.
Well, my thing is that I feel like what the 3 of us need to do, what you're telling us the 3 of us need to do is go and talk to Zed, and Zed is coming here.
Zed is sending a team here.
True, that's probably true, but
Zed is not coming here. You think Zed leaves that hideout willy-nilly?
no, it wasn't really making a lot of sense.
The other problem
you're
is
saying.
that they keep attacking us when we're split up as well. Ellida and I got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason for you to go alone.
Ellida starts to say something. She's like, something happened when I was alone. So that's not a bad point.
Wait, what happened to you when you were alone?
You don't have time, as Cera says. I'm just
Wait,
saying.
wait. Now I'm on Melu's side.
It's like, I don't think we can use that excuse twice, Ellida.
I just think that one of us needs to stay with Cera, and then the other 2 can go if we need to split up so bad.
Well, that seems reasonable to me, actually.
Ellida stares at Cera.
Listen, Cera, I don't know what is with your martyr syndrome today, but it is... we're a team.
I don't have a martyr syndrome.
You tried to steal that shell from me.
Well, yes, but that, it's small. Ugh.
Still, though, there's no reason for me to not have the shell. Especially when it's being charged for things that I asked that were only relevant to me.
Yes, and I was going to ask those for you in the first place. It doesn't matter.
Melu is frustrated.
Everybody's frustrated.
They're just like rubbing their head, like,
Sarah,
I
one
don't
of us
know.
is going with you.
Yes.
Now, I don't know what happened with Ellida. And we can talk about that later. But I'm sorry, I'm not Ellida. I'll be fine.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean, obviously, Ellida was fine prior to, but that doesn't mean that that it's worth the risk.
Do you think that anything is going to happen to me while there is a cop pissing his pants over there and he's got a whole bunch of beat cops there with an entire pickup team on their way here to me?
I mean, we don't know. They've thrown weird shit at us.
Over and over again.
To the point where it's hard to anticipate anything they're gonna do. I mean, they attacked Ellida and Brennard in the middle of this university. They're not even trying to hide things anymore. They're being more and more brazen as the time goes on. For all we know, as soon as 2 of us walk out of here, 5 of them and Fancy Man could show up.
I've got reason to doubt that, but I understand where you're coming from.
So one of us should stay with you. At least.
As of right now, Cera doesn't really want any of them near her.
Yeah, and I think that's why they want to be there.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be me because apparently Cera thinks I can't handle anything.
Oh.
Oh, Ellida.
Oh no.
Melu is going to take Ellida's hand, look at Brennard, and say, "Stay with Cera." And then they're going to pull Ellida away so that they can stop having this conversation and Cera can stop arguing with them about it.
Perfect.
Amazing. Okay, so the cops pass Melu and Ellida as you tug a semi-despondent Ellida out the library and out into the out of Moorgrave University and out into the light. It's like late afternoon at this point, like maybe early evening. And it's like a little overcast, maybe just a little chilly as well in the shade as you emerge out onto out onto Sharn proper, and the city kind of stretching out both above and beneath you as you make your way out. Where do you go from here? What's your next plan?
I guess our plan is Melu is going to start by turning to Ellida and say, "I don't think Cera meant that you couldn't handle things. I think Cera meant that none of us can handle things as well as she can."
I think she made it very clear how she feels about me.
Okay, we don't have to talk about this right now, but I don't think that's what she meant. And then they're going to say, "Let's go back to the hideout. We can talk to Zed, and we can try and figure out a plan for trying to get to the Astral Sea."
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And then I guess we'll head back to the hideout.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say it probably takes like depending on how do you want to hoof it there? Do you want to go there by foot or do you want to take like a sky taxi? What are you thinking?
How much does a sky taxi cost usually?
I think it would be like it depends on the amount of distance that you would want to travel normally. So I think from Moorgrave to the hideout, I think it would be like 5 silver a person.
Oh yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah.
That's 1 gold, absolutely. Yeah, we're
Okay,
just gonna
great.
take a sky taxi. I'll pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, the sky taxi shows up, and they're these kind of like almost like miniaturized buggies. But at the core of them, instead of having an engine, they have like an elemental engine with an air elemental powering it. As the kind of thing putters up to you, and you get in, depositing your money into various slots, and the thing sets off. It's much quicker travel than following the various platforms and stairs of Sharn. So it's much quicker, and you get there in maybe like 20 minutes or so instead of the hour or two it might take you actually like hoofing it by foot. Give me just 1 second. Let's change that music real quick. When you get there, you find Zed is having a conversation into a communication device that they quickly finish when you arrive, and they close before they greet you. They'll say, "Were you with?" I'm going to guess you were with Cera.
Yeah.
What's the situation?
Melu will start explaining that Brennard and Ellida were attacked while they were at Moorgrave University, and Brennard's bag of holding with the dragon idol in it was cut, which means everything inside of it apparently is in the Astral Sea now.
Oh yes, that is an issue. Oh, she'll think about that. If the dragon idol has been lost to the astral sea like that, it's difficult to say where it might end up as a result. Oh, sorry. The sea itself is a fairly precocious thing. Thing can get lost and adrift in it for years, sometimes hundreds of years. But other times things will drift out of it as well. We'll have to look into what we can do to recover that from the sea, and she'll take a note of that. Did you get any other leads on any other potential idols?
There's a possibility that the Church of the Silver Flame might have information on where one is. Because they were the ones that it was like, because there are the two, like, that's the third one that we haven't found yet, is the one that was associated with the Church of the Silver Flame.
That's correct.
Okay. So yeah, they'll relay that information and be like, we talked to Francis in the university, and he explained that potentially the Church of the Silver Flame might know something about the third one, because they were given to the dragons, the Church of the Silver Flame, and then another group. Angel something.
Curious. That definitely does feel like a lead. If the idol hasn't been moved since it was bequeathed to the church, then it could still be in wherever it was initially interred. Thrain is one of the oldest capitals. The capital of Thrain, Flamekeep, is one of the oldest capitals, one of the oldest holy sites in the entirety of Corvair. If there were such a relic of that nature, my guess would be that they would have kept it there. Since this was a long time ago. Now that I think about it, and Zed like strokes her chin in a thoughtful position, making a thoughtful face. She goes, there is in fact in Sharn up in the higher districts of the city, there is a Church of the Silver Flame that is operated on one of the higher levels, that has a more direct association with the country and the religious bureaucracy therein. Most of the time it is for those. Most of the time it's utilized and parishioned by wealthy individuals and higher ranking clergymen and such, paladins, popes, that kind of thing. And Zed will shrug. Who knows?
So maybe we could go and try and speak with them?
Potentially. There could be... They might know something, although... And Zed will kind of sigh warily. These religious types, sometimes they're not they're known to be a little stingy with their secrets. They're pretty secretive folk. But you might be able to win their good graces. Unfortunately, we don't have much of a relationship with them on organizational level. They've managed to repel our attempts at having a shadow infiltrate.
Okay.
Do they accept new members?
Uh, yes, though normally it is of a I'm not the most aware of the way that they handle tithing and stuff like that, but I believe they have some form of ranking system or something, and some arbitrary, and Zed kind of waves her hand like she's shooing a fly, like she can't be bothered, something like that. Where, but yes, I do know that they do accept new individuals, new members.
Okay, above table. Would Ellida know in her religion studies anything about how to act like a member of one of them?
I
Oh
would
my
say go
God,
ahead and
please,
make
Ellida.
me
Just tell the truth.
Yeah.
make me a religion check. Let's see how much you know about
Okay.
about this group.
No, God!
Or
Oh no.
Elida's having
Do you
such
have
a bad day.
inspiration or anything like that?
big
No,
oof.
no inspiration. No.
Okay, but
Okay.
do you know who does know a lot about them? Melu?
Oh, you do already.
That's true.
Elida doesn't know that you know, but you know.
Yeah, I do. So, okay. Well, once Zed kind of gets through saying all of that, Melu will say, "Well, I know quite a bit about the Church of the Silver Flame.
Gosh.
I'm a cleric. I'm
Then-
not of their order, but perhaps they'd listen to me for the greater good."
That is a possibility. I could see that. There could be a commingling of that nature. I don't see an issue with that. And Zed will shrug. Well, you'll never know until you try. Alita, I would also say with the four religion, you'd probably know about as much. You would have a general sense of general information, but you wouldn't know any levels of detail, like
Okay,
kind of on a similar amount of information like Cera has.
got it. Okay.
Zed will focusing back to that, will say, is there anything more that you wish to share? Anything else? What about this individual? What about this individual? The cultist, you said?
Yeah, he kept talking about the one true marked one or something, and the bringer about the end of days, and he had something on him. Where he was
One true mark.
smiling a lot. Melu, it was you that did something, right? And
I dispelled whatever they had put on him.
he said his mission had already been accomplished. And he was fine with dying in the alleyway with me. And
They
Brennard.
kind of implied that cutting open the bag was their intention. Almost like they were waiting in the astral sea for it.
The ability to manipulate something like that, to be able to dive into the astral sea, that would be quite the potent ability. I would be remiss to say that would be, to face a foe of that ability would be quite dangerous. I'll have to add that to my report. I should definitely take note of that. The one true marked, though, that is an interesting term of phrase. It doesn't. There's nothing that really. I can't really think of anything. Like in my studies of the Draconic Prophecy, I can't think of anything that refers to anyone as such. But there must be somebody that fits that description. I'll retask my studies and see if I can find anything of that nature. Maybe we'll be able to find something.
It appears that, because I've seen Brother Bobby with them before, it seems like he's aligned with them now.
Didn't we get some information that the Order of the Marked came from like the cults of the Good Day or whatever that Ellida
Yes.
was?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
okay.
you learned from Francis that after the morning occurred, the Order of the Perfect Peace, or something like that, Order of the Perfect Peace.
That's it.
Yes.
That there had been a schism that had occurred, and a large faction of that order became the Cult of the Marked.
Yeah, so Melu will explain that and say that was something else that we learned today.
It's the same. So it's the same group, just evolved?
I believe so. What do you know about them, Ellida?
I'm curious. Yes, I'm curious. What does Ellida look like in this moment?
She's kind of pale.
No.
Just fucking pale. Even more so than usual. So they took a... Oh my god. She's just very, like, speechless right now. She's...
Oh no.
So they... I was the one that left them.
Oh.
Zed's mouth drops open.
Significant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Care to elaborate? To quote Cera?
It's like, oh, fuck. It's a very long story. It was... She, like, starts to talk and then keeps, like, stopping mid-sentence for a while. I grew up in it.
Okay.
It was kind of... They kind of made it about me. Until I left. You got any specific questions? I really have no idea where to start.
Okay, perhaps you were in it? Sorry, I'm still on that part.
I was it, I guess, because they switched.
Go ahead and make me a history check as Ellida is explaining this to you. Let's see if you have any
Me?
recollection of any. Yeah. Go ahead and make a history check to see if you remember any, like, seeing any posters or anything that, like, maybe had Elida's face, or like anything about this that, like, maybe you could put, like, this together and be like, oh, that was her.
Oh my gosh.
14. I'm gonna say, yeah. With this revelation, you're like, oh yeah, now you can totally see it. That's like that moment where you're just like, oh wow, this person looks totally different because they're wearing normal clothing instead of it being like an edited picture of them, right?
Oh, okay. Mel will be like, well, I guess you do kind of look like the girl on all of those posters.
Yeah. Because I am that girl on those posters.
Yeah, I gathered that. So wait, okay, sorry. So you were the one that left, and now Fancy Man is in charge of them. Was Fancy Man there when you were there?
He wasn't, right? He wasn't.
No, you don't
Yeah.
remember ever seeing Fancy Man.
No, the only one I even recognize is Brother Bobby, who really pissed at me, by the way. Aside from the
Whoa.
whole blinding thing.
You blinded him?
Yeah.
you were there.
Oh, that was when. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the session 0. That's correct.
Yeah. So Melu will kind of think a minute and be like, "Oh, actually, no, I do remember you blinding him. I was there for that."
Yeah. A lot happened all at once.
No, that seemed valid. That was. I mean, I was hold personing Sister Maggie. So.
Yeah. Some bonds, they just don't break, am I right?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have a nemesis, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But, alright, so if that's the case, then you don't really know anything about Fancy Man or, like, what's going on, right?
Well... Ellida looks at Zed. Because Ellida told Zed about what happened earlier.
Zed is still kind of a little agape at this revelation about you.
I love how you've managed to stump Zed.
Oh god. Well, there may have been an altercation earlier today. I need you to not tell Cera.
I won't.
You promise not to tell Cera. Thank you.
I promise not to tell Cera.
Thank you. Brother Bobby and some of the cultists found me in the city. It's like they could track me or see where I was. I don't know how they found me, but... So, basically I tried to escape from them, and they chased me into this... Did you know it's the 3rd anniversary of the morning? Did you know that that's today? That's kind of wild. Anyway, so, yeah, I went into they have a parade for it for some reason. Why would you make a parade about the morning? I don't understand. It doesn't seem like something to celebrate. But anyway, she's just like very exasperated. She's like, anyway, so I tried to run away from them and join the parade because I thought maybe that would be an okay idea because they're not going to do anything in public, right? But I was wrong, so they just ended up chasing. They ended up starting stabbing guards just right in public, and everybody started screaming. So I had to be like, "Hey, you can take me. It's fine." And so they just took me in an alley, and they were just like, "Yo, hey, you ever want to see that person you love again? Then you're just gonna have to like give us the idol or something."
Okay. So they found you today, and they tried to blackmail you, and threatened someone that you care about, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but she might already be dead, and I have no idea. And
oh, well, what does she look like? I don't know.
What?
Well, what does she look like? I could send her a message.
What?
Yeah, I can do that.
You can send.
So long as I know what she looks like in her name.
Ellida just stares at Melu.
Melu's like, I can't today though because I had to send 2 messages to Zachariah.
Like tomorrow. Tomorrow I totally can.
Tomorrow I totally can.
I'm sorry, but I ran out of minutes today. I need to wait for my month to refresh.
After
sorry,
9, I got you.
I don't have unlimited texting.
Oh my gosh.
Who are you sending?
I'm dying.
My BFF Jill.
Oh god.
Okay, my BFF Jill. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Melu will like if you can give me a good description of her and her name, I could send her a message for you tomorrow. And then we'll know for sure, and then they won't be able to blackmail you, or we'll go rescue her. One of the two.
Ellida just starts like tearing up a little bit. Oh my god.
Did Zed not offer this?
No, not exactly, no.
Are we sure?
I mentioned it, I think, at some point.
Right.
That I could do this.
I don't
But
think
didn't
Zed
also
knows.
ask for.
I was just gonna say I don't think Zed knows the spell sending. She's got like the communication device, but I don't think she herself actually knows the spell in question.
Got you. But I do know that she asked for a physical description of Viola, though, didn't she?
That's true. That was for to
Memory
see
check.
if there were any,
Yes.
in the memory vault.
If there happened to be something, yes, it was like very unclear. But this is like a direct communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, this
feels-
is like
gosh.
I can like beam my voice into her brain and be like, "Hey, Ellida is looking for you. Are you okay?"
Ellida, please.
Okay, so for now, Ellida, we need to focus on the dragon idols.
yeah. Yeah.
we need to
Dragon
have
Idol.
we need a plan, and I think that plan, Melu is gonna look at Zed and be like, "Zed, please, I know you're in shock, but we need to find a way either into the astral sea or we need to find the third dragon idol. At this point, I feel like we are on a bit of a situational clock."
I also have this thing that I can use to summon Brother Bobby at any time because he gave it to me. She rolls it out.
Oh
Please don't
my
tell
God.
Sarah. Please
I
don't tell
won't
Sarah.
tell. But why do you have that still? Alita, just ask your friends for help. We're right here. Why
Zed
are you
helped
both
me.
like this?
Zed, help me. Zed, make sure it's not recording anything. I already talked to Zed about it.
Okay. My point still stands. Why didn't you just tell us this up front?
Well, Sarah already doesn't think I can do anything, and I don't think anybody does, but I can. I swear, it's just not working right.
It seemed like you did everything fine. I never said you couldn't do anything. You were perfectly competent to me.
Alina gives Melu a hug.
Melu just hugs her.
Oh.
Really, it's okay. We're supposed to be a team. I don't know what's going on in the last couple of days.
A lot of things. A lot of things.
We shouldn't have split up. We should have all just run errands together. I knew that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we need to figure out if we're going into the Astral Sea or if we're going and trying to talk to the Silver Church people.
Do we know how to navigate the Astral Sea? Do we know what that's gonna look like?
Melu looks at Zed.
Zed will Zed's mouth will open and close several more times as her brain catches up with the information that's been shared, and she'll say, I'll need some time to look in to see if we can even access the astral sea with the resources that we have. I think at this point your best bet is probably to see if the Silver Flame has any answers.
Okay.
I'm good
Good.
with religious people. I'm really great with them. I mean, I used to be, but
We'll explain to them what's going on. We should probably wait for Cera and Brennard to get back so they know what's going on.
some of the stuff I told you not to tell Sarah, right?
I will not tell Cera any of the things you told me not to tell her. I promise.
Okay.
I'm good at secrets.
Okay.
and I think with that, I think we're gonna cut over to Sarah and Brennard. Do you? I want to give you all the opportunity to have a scene in this library while you're waiting. But I'm also happy to just we can just cut over and have you arriving at the hideout. Having traded the guy off. Totally up to you.
I'm sure that Brennard has things that he wants to say to Cera. Cera is definitely sitting there with her legs crossed, and she's very pissed off looking though.
I think Brennard's probably just giving an angry look and tapping his foot while they wait. I don't think he has anything specific he wants to talk about. He's just also very upset.
Cool, they're on
man.
the same page.
I love them.
I feel there's definitely some very ambient energy that's being pumped into this room by these two very powerful people just kind of standing there upset and glowering, not necessarily at each other, but it's just pages on books are like curling from like the heat as like just from the energy that y'all are like pumping out into this small space. But yeah, the hour passes. The like almost like a paddy wagon style wagon shows up, and y'all are able to hand them off to 2 individuals who they're wearing like kind of like hoods and robes, and they're wearing like smiling golden masks. And you when they arrive at Morgrave, they flash the golden shadow seal, and you recognize these guys kind of as the like golden shadow fixer kind of individuals who kind of show up and transport people or like take clean situations up, as you will.
Yeah, Sarah's gonna hand the cultists over to them, and she'll probably just like whisper to them, like, pump him for what he knows and alter his memory afterwards. You know the drill.
Yeah, they'll give you the thumbs up, and then they'll do the guild salute, which I don't think we've ever talked about or discussed or even referenced before this point.
Once.
But it exists, and they do it.
Yeah.
I think I remember us talking about it like in one episode. Maybe like it might have been session 0.
Was it 0?
Yeah.
But I don't remember
at this
what it
point.
is.
I don't remember what it fucking looks like.
It definitely exists, and that's what they do. So, and then do you hoof it back to the base, or do you take a sky taxi?
They're gonna take a sky taxi.
All right, awesome. That's gonna be a one gold piece value as you guys get back to the hideout. I think Melu and Ellida, you probably would have had enough time at this point to take a short rest if you want to do so after your little debrief with Zed. But yeah, y'all are at the hideout together.
I was going to say, like, on the trip there, like, just like after sitting in silence for a little bit, Cera just like mumbles to Brennard, like, I don't think she's useless. She's chaotic.
Oh, she absolutely is, but I mean, I'm not the one you need to tell that to.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like the tension kind of dies down a little bit in the taxi. Like the windows maybe were getting like a little fogged up from these 2 energies, but now like it's maybe like the steam is kind of steamed down a little bit as you make your way to the hideout. But yeah, so you all find yourself there at the hideout. I think there's maybe a tense moment as you enter, and like maybe Cera and Ellida like lock eyes as they enter into the room.
Ellida's gonna look away.
Brennard's gonna give Cera like a little elbow, like, come on, say it, do it.
Oh, we decided what we're doing yet.
Melu is gonna look at Brennard and just match his energy.
God. The temperature starts to rise in the room slightly.
Is that a yes? Is that a no?
I don't think this conversation's going anywhere until we start it off right, Cera.
We don't have time for
We
this.
absolutely have time for this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
So do you want us to stand here and stare at each other for 30 minutes like in the library?
Well, if that's what we're going to do instead of actually doing something productive, sure.
The unproductive's waiting on you.
Oh god.
we're all really determined about this, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Me and Melu are going to go to the Church of the Silver Flame. She says loudly, not looking at Cera.
Melu just kind of nods because Ellida made the choice. It's fine. So we're gonna try and talk to them because they might know where the third dragon idol is, and trying to find the one that is now in the Astral Sea is probably not going to go well.
Makes sense.
So that's the plan.
Then all right, let's go.
I think like a dustbin that has some papers or parchment in it. It catches fire from the ambient heat in the room, and Zed moves over quickly and stamps it out with a paw, and tugs at it. She tugs at her fleshy like cat neck, like kind of like almost like it's a t-shirt, and goes, "Man, it's a little hot in here, isn't it today?"
Cera does walk past the group, and she does go to her room. And she comes back with a bunched up something, and she stops in front of Ellida and she goes, "Did you pick up another pack on your way back?"
No, but I was going to do it.
It's
I wasn't
fine.
gonna forget. I can get a backpack for myself, Cera.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've got a spare, so here. You can have this one. And she holds out a pretty well-made pack. It's a little worn, but it's still good quality.
Looks at the backpack, then at Cera, then at the backpack, then at Cera, then at the backpack, then at Cera. And she's like, I can get my own, thanks.
Fine.
Are you gonna go get your own before we leave? Do you like have an extra one in your room?
Ellida takes the backpack. I'm giving it back after I get a new one.
Melu will start giving Ellida her stuff back.
Cera, like, legitimately just like, don't worry about it.
Elida's just still adamant. I'm just like, she's gonna give it back, get a new one. She's just very bad still.
As this is happening, Melu is going to give Cera the mom stare in return.
Whoa.
Cera is going to match her energy.
So Cera, about what you were saying in the ride over here.
I want to see, can I just real quick, I want contesting intimidation checks real quick from Galaxy and
Sure.
Melu. From Melu and Cera, rather.
This isn't
Sorry,
gonna go well
I
for
don't
me.
mean to cut you off, Mitz. I want to see, I just want to see how this plays
I've
out.
been known to like not roll well.
I'm just curious who's wielding the mom stare with greater power in this one moment. Oh, it's close.
So close.
16 to 17. I'm gonna say, yeah, you're pretty evenly matched. Melu, you feel like maybe just like maybe a small amount like less, but like you're pretty much going toe to toe in this moment. I feel like. Sorry, do go on, Mystrich. What were you saying?
I was just saying, Brennard says like, so Cera, about what we were talking about on the ride over here.
About what?
I think there were some words you said to me. Think you could repeat that?
She just looks at Brennard like, what?
Oh my god.
Something you were saying about Ellida.
No, I don't need to hear anything else about what she's saying about me. It's fine. Can we just go?
Yes, we can.
Lida's just gonna head out.
Yeah, Melu's just gonna follow Ellida.
Brennard is now
And
gonna
I
give the
think-
mom stare as they walk out.
Amazing. All right. And I think with that, we're right at 10 o'clock. I think with that, we're going to go ahead and call it there, actually. I think that's a good moment to call that. With Ellida storming off, Melu heading off after them, and Brennard and Cera still a little bit odds in the hideout, with Zed just completely bamboozled about all this human interaction that's going on.
That is just like, what is happening?
Zed is very confused about the humans. But yes, thanks so much everybody for coming out. Thank you again to my players for joining me. Let's go around the table one more time so everybody can know where to catch everybody at. Let's go in reverse order this time. Galaxy, why don't you go first?
Galaxy, you can find me on YouTube at Just Galaxy, or you can find me making inflammatory takes about Dungeons and Dragons on TikTok at Galaxiebot. Galaxy is always spelled with an IE for me.
Perfect. And I mean, I'm not to put you on the spot or anything, but you were like thinking, you've been considering potentially streaming as well, right?
A little. I've been considering doing editing streams, so like where I'm editing a YouTube video. So maybe in the future.
Well, if you do like dip your toes, let us know for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Next, Raichkyu.
I'm Raichkyu. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me at twitch.tv/Raichkyu. You can find me at Twitter at the same name. And sometimes on TikTok, I upload videos of my dog under that name. I stream on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So you can catch me over on Twitch.
Perfect. Excellent. Next, Mystrich.
My name is Mystrich. I stream on Twitch on my own channel, twitch.tv/Mystrich. I use he, him pronouns. I love talking about tabletop games, so yeah, come join my stream and talk about them.
Absolutely. I know setting the table is in the works for a comeback as well.
Yes.
Yes?
Werewolf was busy for a while, followed by me getting COVID. So like, hopefully that's getting fast tracked soon.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to guesting on gaming this system as well. That's gonna be whenever that returns. And last but certainly not least, Domino.
Yes, I am Domino RBG. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Domino RBG and twitter.com/Domino RBG.
Beautiful. Excellent. All right. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming on out tonight. Let me just go ahead and to give a quick shout out. Thank you to everybody who did cool stuff. Thank you so much again. Gold Moon for the subscription, Domino for the subscription, Raichkyu for the 100 biddies, Gold Moon for the 5 biddies, Mystrich for the 50, Gold Moon for the 5, Mystrich for the 33, Gold Moon for the 5 biddies, Axagom for the follow, Gold Moon for the 7 biddies. Oh, that must have been during the streak of 7s. Thank you, thank you so much, everybody, for coming on out. We're gonna raid into somebody. Let's see, who should we raid? Should we raid into World's Cutest Gamer?
Yeah.
Hell
I love
yeah.
Raichkyu.
Absolutely.
Let's raid into him. All right, let me go on a second. /raid the world's cutest gamer. Pog. Nice emote. Perfect. Oh man, but thank you so much, Guilders, for coming on out tonight. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you let us know. You can also, if you feel like incredibly generous, you can also support us via that ! Cast tips. All tips are split evenly amongst all the cast members, and we are all greatly appreciated. If you're also wanting to get in on the discussion about the show, you can also drop by the Discord, where we do all kinds of fun stuff and have cool conversations about not just the show, but all kinds of other fun tabletop and pop culture things. But yeah, thanks again, everybody, for coming on out. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday and excellent coming week. And I will talk to you all very soon. Stay magical. Goodbye, Gaylers. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.